Hi. Welcome back to the City of English, the podcast where we help you speak English like you actually live here, in this city, with us. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jason. And Anna, before we even start today's topic, can I just say you look very excited right now?
I am excited because today's topic is something that literally every single one of our listeners will need in a job interview, on a first date, meeting new neighbors, even chatting with a stranger at a coffee shop.
Let me guess. Tell me about yourself.
Exactly! Those four little words that somehow make everyone's brain freeze.
Oh, I know that feeling so well. Someone asks you, so tell me about yourself. And suddenly your mind goes completely blank. Like, hello, who am I again?
Right? It's such a simple question, but it's actually one of the hardest questions to answer well, especially in a second language.
So today, we're going to break it all down. How to talk about yourself naturally, confidently, and in a way that actually makes people want to know more.
By the end of this episode, you'll have your own personal introduction ready, one that sounds smooth, sounds like you, and doesn't sound like a memorized textbook line.
No more, my name is, I am from, I like, the end. We're doing better than that today.
Much better. So grab your coffee, your tea, your headphones, whatever you've got, and let's get into it.
Okay, so first, let's talk about why this question is so difficult. Because on paper, it seems easy, right?
It seems easy, but here's the thing. Tell me about yourself is actually a huge open question. There are no boundaries. You could talk about your job, your hobbies, your family, your dreams, your favorite food, literally anything.
And when there are too many choices, our brain kind of shuts down.
Exactly. Psychologists actually call this choice overload. When you have too many options, it becomes harder to choose, not easier.
That makes so much sense. It's like opening a menu with 300 items. You just end up ordering the same thing you always order.
So true. And for English learners, there's an extra layer of pressure. You're not just thinking about what to say, you're also thinking about grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary.
All at the same time, while someone is literally staring at you waiting for an answer.
No pressure at all, right?
None whatsoever.
But here's the good news. Once you have a simple structure in your head, this question becomes so much easier. You're not thinking from zero anymore. You already know the shape of your answer.
And that's exactly what we're building today. A simple, flexible structure you can use anywhere. Interviews, parties, dates, new classmates, anything.
Okay, Jason, let's get practical. I want to give our listeners a structure they can actually use today. I like to think of a good self-introduction in 3 parts.
3 parts. I like it already. Let's hear them.
Part 1, the present. Who you are right now. Your name, what you do, maybe where you live.
Simple present tense stuff. I work as, I live in, I'm currently studying.
Exactly. Part 2, a little bit of the past. Something interesting about your background, your journey, how you got here.
So this could use past simple or present perfect, right? Like, I moved here 5 years ago, or I've always loved music.
Perfect examples. And part 3, the future or your personality, what you're passionate about, what you're working toward, or something fun that makes you you.
I love that last part especially, because that's usually the part people remember.
Totally. Facts are forgettable, but personality is memorable.
Ooh, that's a good line. Say that again?
Facts are forgettable, but personality is memorable.
I'm stealing that.
Go ahead. Okay, so let's actually try this structure together. Jason, introduce yourself using the 3 parts: present, past, personality.
Oh, put me on the spot, why don't you?
That's the whole point of practice.
Okay, let's see. Hi, I'm Jason. I currently work as a podcast host, which honestly is my dream job. I grew up in a small town and I actually never planned to work in media, but I fell in love with storytelling in university and here I am. When I'm not recording, you'll probably find me hiking or trying and failing to cook something new in the kitchen.
See? That was wonderful. Present, past, personality, all in about 30 seconds.
And honestly, it didn't feel like reciting facts. It felt like a mini story.
That's the goal. A good introduction should feel like a tiny story, not a list of information.
Okay, But Anna, here's a real concern a lot of our listeners have. They practice an introduction, they memorize it, and then it comes out sounding robotic.
Oh, this is such a common problem. You can actually hear it when someone has memorized something word for word. The rhythm becomes flat, almost like a machine.
So how do we fix that?
A few tricks. First, don't memorize exact sentences. Memorize ideas, not words. Know your three key points, but let the actual sentences come out naturally each time.
That's smart because then it changes slightly depending on who's asking, which makes it sound more real.
Exactly. Second trick, add small connector words. Things like actually, so, honestly. These little words make speech sound human.
Give us an example.
Instead of saying, I am a teacher, I have 5 years of experience, try, so I'm actually a teacher. I've been doing it for about 5 years now.
Ooh, I can really hear the difference. The second one sounds like a real conversation.
Third trick, use contractions. I'm instead of I am, I've instead of I have. Native speakers use contractions constantly in spoken English.
This is such an important tip. A lot of learners write beautiful, perfect sentences, but they say every word fully, and it sounds a little formal, almost like they're reading a report.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with formal English. It has its place. But in a casual introduction, warmth matters more than perfect grammar.
Warmth over perfection. I like that too.
You're stealing all my lines today.
They're just too good not to repeat.
All right, it's time for our vocabulary spotlight. 5 useful words and phrases from today's topic.
Let's do it. Number 1,
A background. This means your personal history, your education, work experience, and life experiences. Example, my background is in marketing, but I recently switched to design.
great word. Very common in interviews. Number 2,
To be passionate about something. This means you really love and care deeply about a topic. Example, I'm really passionate about photography.
Number 3, for me, currently. This means at this moment or right now. And it's a nice alternative to always saying now. Example, I'm currently learning Spanish.
Very useful for describing present situations. Number 4,
To fall into something. This is an idiom meaning you started doing something by accident or without planning it. Example, I actually fell into teaching. I never planned it, but I love it now.
oh, that's such a natural phrase native speakers use all the time. And our 5th word, down to earth. This describes someone who is friendly, humble, and easy to talk to. Example, she's a successful doctor, but she's very down to earth.
Great vocabulary list today. Try using at least one of these words the next time someone asks about you.
Yes, please. Write it in the comments if you use one this week. We'd love to hear it.
Now, here's something important. Your introduction should change depending on the situation, right?
Absolutely. You wouldn't introduce yourself the same way at a job interview as you would on a first date.
That would be a very strange date. So, my key professional skills include.
And my 5-year career goals are... No, please don't do that on a date.
Noted. So, let's break down a few common situations. First, job interviews.
In an interview, focus on professional background, skills, and what value you bring. Keep it under 1 minute and always connect your answer to the job you're applying for.
Good tip. What about a casual social situation, like meeting new people at a party?
Here, keep it light and friendly. Focus more on hobbies, interests, and personality rather than your job title. People connect through shared interests, not job descriptions.
And what about meeting someone for a language exchange, which a lot of our listeners actually do?
Perfect example. Here, you can mention your English learning journey. I've been learning English for 2 years because I want to travel and work internationally. This gives the other person something easy to talk about too.
That's such good advice, actually. Give the other person something to respond to. Don't just talk about yourself and stop.
Exactly. End with a small question. What about you? What brought you here? It keeps the conversation flowing naturally instead of ending abruptly.
A conversation is a ball you throw back and forth, not a speech you deliver alone.
Beautifully said, Jason.
Thank you, thank you. I have my moments too.
This trips up so many learners, so let's make it really clear. We use present simple for facts, routines, and things that are generally true about you right now. I work in finance. I live in the city. I speak 2 languages.
And we use present perfect for experiences and things that started in the past and connect to now. I've worked in finance for 6 years. I've lived here since 2020. I've studied English for 3 years.
The key difference. Present simple gives a fact. Present perfect shows a duration or a connection between past and present.
Let's do a quick comparison. I study English. That's just a fact. I study English in general.
But I've studied English for 2 years tells us how long and connects that past action to now.
Here's a tip for remembering it. If you can add for or since to show duration, you probably need present perfect. I've lived here for 5 years. I've known him since university.
That's a fantastic memory trick, Jason. For, since, present perfect. Say it with us. For, since, present perfect.
And if it's just a general fact with no time connection, present simple works just fine. I like coffee. Simple, done.
So when you build your own introduction, try mixing both. I'm a nurse, present simple, current fact. I've worked in healthcare for 4 years, present perfect, showing experience and duration.
This combination instantly makes your English sound more advanced and more natural.
Now it's time for our favorite part of the show, our story segment. Today's story is about a young woman named Mira.
I'm ready. Tell us about Mira.
Mira grew up in a small coastal town, and from a young age, she was incredibly shy. Not shy in a quiet, peaceful way, shy in a way that made her heart pound every single time someone looked at her and asked a question.
Oh, I think a lot of our listeners can relate to that feeling already.
Definitely. When Mira was 22, she moved to a big city for her first job. On her very first day, her new manager gathered the whole team and said, "Let's go around the room. Everyone introduce yourselves."
Classic nightmare scenario.
Total nightmare for Mira. When it was her turn, she froze completely. She managed to say, hi, I'm Mira. I studied business. And, that's it, I guess.
Oh no, I can feel the awkward silence just from that sentence.
Everyone smiled politely, but Mira felt her face burn red. She went home that night and cried a little, honestly. She felt like she had no personality, like she was invisible.
That's such a heavy feeling to carry.
It really is. But that night, instead of just feeling sorry for herself, Mira did something different. She sat down with a notebook and wrote 3 questions. Who am I right now? Where have I come from? What do I care about?
The exact 3-part structure we talked about earlier.
Exactly. She basically invented it for herself out of necessity. She wrote down honest, simple answers. Not fancy words, just true ones. I'm someone who loves solving problems. I grew up by the ocean, which sounds unrelated, but honestly, it taught me a lot of patience. And lately, I've become really passionate about helping small businesses grow, especially local ones like the ones back home.
That's beautiful, actually.
It really is. She practiced saying it out loud, not memorizing it word for word, but practicing the feeling of it until it felt like her own voice instead of a script.
Did she get another chance to use it?
She did. 2 weeks later, at a company event, someone asked her that same dreaded question. "So, tell me about yourself." And this time, Mira took a breath and she said, "So, I'm someone who really loves solving problems. That's actually why I got into business. I grew up by the ocean," which sounds unrelated, but honestly, it taught me a lot of patience. And lately, I've become really passionate about helping small businesses grow, especially local ones like the ones back home.
Wow, that's such a complete transformation from her first attempt.
The person she was talking to smiled and said, "That's such an interesting way to put it. The ocean and patience, I love that." And just like that, they had a real conversation. Not an interview, a conversation.
That gives me chills a little bit, honestly.
Here's the beautiful lesson from Mira's story. Confidence in introducing yourself doesn't come from having a perfect life story. It comes from knowing your own story well enough to tell it honestly in your own words.
You don't need a dramatic, impressive life. You just need clarity about who you are.
Exactly. And that clarity, that's something every single one of us can build, no matter our English level, no matter our personality type.
Mira's story is proof that even the shyest person can learn to speak with confidence, one honest sentence at a time.
So, to everyone listening who feels like Mira did on that first day, know that your voice matters, and it's absolutely learnable to share it with confidence.
Okay, let's talk about a few common mistakes people make when introducing themselves in English.
Great idea. Mistake number 1, giving too much information.
Oh, this is a big one. Some people, when asked, "Tell me about yourself," basically tell their entire life story from birth.
I was born in a small hospital on a Tuesday. No. Keep it focused. 30 seconds to 1 minute is usually perfect.
Mistake number 2, being too negative or too modest. "I'm not very good at anything special. I don't know, I'm just normal."
This happens so often, especially in cultures where modesty is highly valued. But remember, an introduction is not bragging. It's simply sharing information clearly and positively.
There's a big difference between confidence and arrogance. Confidence says, "Here's what I bring." Arrogance says, "I'm better than everyone."
Beautifully explained. Mistake number 3, speaking too fast because of nervousness.
Oh, this is so relatable. When we're nervous, we tend to rush, which actually makes us harder to understand and makes us seem more nervous.
A simple fix: practice pausing. Even one short pause after your first sentence can completely change how confident you sound.
True. And final mistake, forgetting to smile.
People can genuinely hear a smile in your voice, even over the phone or in a recording. It changes your entire tone.
True. And final mistake, not practicing at all and hoping the right words will just magically appear in the moment.
They usually don't, unfortunately. A little practice goes a very long way with this specific question because it comes up so often in real life.
All right, it's listener challenge time. Are you ready, Anna?
Always ready.
Okay, listeners, here's your challenge for this episode. Using today's 3-part structure, present, past, personality, write your own 30-second introduction.
Then say it out loud 3 times, not reading it silently, actually speaking it out loud with your voice.
And here's the fun part. Record yourself on your phone, just a simple voice memo, and listen back to it.
You'll be surprised how much your confidence grows just by hearing yourself say it clearly.
And of course, drop your introduction in the comments below. We would absolutely love to read them and get to know our amazing City of English community.
Yes, please share. Even just 1 or 2 sentences. We read every single comment.
This is honestly one of our favorite challenges because it's so personal and so useful at the same time.
Real practice, real confidence, real connection. That's what this challenge is all about.
Well, Anna, I think this might be one of my favorite episodes so far.
Mine too. Such a simple question, but such a powerful topic once you really dig into it.
So, to everyone listening, next time someone asks you, "Tell me about yourself," I hope you feel that little spark of confidence instead of that moment of panic.
Remember Mira's story. You don't need the most exciting life on earth. You just need clarity, honesty, and a little bit of practice.
Present, past, personality. That's your formula.
And don't forget, facts are forgettable, but personality is memorable.
There she goes again with that line.
It's a good one. I'm keeping it.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please hit subscribe so you never miss an episode of the City of English.
And leave us a comment below. Tell us your own introduction or let us know what topic you'd love us to cover next.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today, learning and growing your English together with Anna and me.
Until next time, keep speaking, keep practicing, and keep believing in your own voice.
This has been the City of English. I'm Jason.
And I'm Anna.
See you in the next episode.